Well, I feel good. I think a bit exhausted after weeks of so-called meetings and campaigning, but I think it's a worthwhile experience. It is a very important exercise in trying to place yourself in this very important position as Deputy President of Umno. I think the result, of course, indicated very strongly the concern and interest of the delegates and Umno members at large to respond to this move for transformations and reform within the party. I think it is reflected in many speeches by our two leaders, and of course it's reflected in the debate for the last 2 days. So this is a very important milestone in development of our party, and of course I am honored indeed to be given this chance to serve, and of course at the same time to help Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Sri Najib as the Prime Minister and President of Umno to move forward and to speed up this process of reforms that we talk about, both within the party, within the Barisan Nasional, and of course to steer the party forward to regain back some lost grounds, both at the political and of course at the both at the psychological ground. And I think we will see, hopefully, with this new team that has been elected, there will be a renewed vigor and strong determination to address all the issues and putting back Umno into the position that they had before, to regain this confidence of the people. Well, this is a test, of course, of the new leadership that has been elected to move immediately on the ground to deal with by-elections in the 3 places. And of course, a lot that need to be done. We do hope that we have the chance to explain to those electorates on critical issues of interest. But we would like to tell the electorates in all those places that this new team is very much committed to change. And we are a team that are open to views and thinkings of Malaysians coming from different walks of life. We are a team that are prepared to engage, sit down and talk, and willing to listen. And not only just that, but of course willing to make the necessary amendments in terms of the way how we do things, the way how we manage this country, the way how we manage our party. We want to tell the people that we are prepared, so give us that chance and give us that trust for us to do what we feel is best for them. And obviously, Datuk Sri Najib, being the President of Umno, has his own sort of way of doing things, very much focused, very committed to seeing issues being addressed. So of course, immediately, as I've mentioned, we will have to impress upon the electorates and the people that this team means business. We of course, as anxious as the people are in trying to address all the pertinent issues that we have seen post-elections 2008. What are the areas of interest and concern, both on the political front, what Umno need to be done, the reform process that we have to institute as soon as possible, the BN thing that we need to not only revamp but transform at the same time to suit with the demands of the multiracial society, to relook at some of those pertinent area of concern. Race relations, I think, is very important. We want to make sure that this country is always secured and safe, and there must be unity among the people. Issues of economy, which I think of interest to everybody. There must be concerted effort to make sure that those initiatives that the government has taken have immediate impact. It cannot take a long time to be felt on the ground, and it's where the machinery that government has what I call assigned will have to execute those functions. So I think we understand clearly what are the areas of priority, and give us this next few weeks or days to see some changes that we feel need to be initiated at the first stage. I think publics and Malaysians and Umno people know at heart that my look is a sincere look, and I mean business. When I say something, I think I mean it, and I think it is good for the country. I'm not doing something which has created problems. It has improved. It allows positive change. So if you need to sort of speak up, and I will continue to speak up. I think, but of course, guarded by the fact that I'm a deputy. I have direct access to the president, and I can talk to him, which is the character that Dato' Najib has shown, that attitudes of willing to listen and engage. So I will just sit down. I don't have to shout. I talk to him like this and say what we think we need to do and what we need to share, what we need to speak up. I think I have to understand my position, and you have to act properly. And of course, I need to observe certain decorum. But most importantly, it's not being vocal, but what change that you talk about can happen, right? And I think that's important. I will have to see what is the thing. So it's just a new assignment, and I know there are a lot of issues. I think it's not very easy. I have to be very pragmatic. People are sometimes not happy or angry. I know the sentiment of the Malays. I know the sentiment of the Chinese. I know the sentiment of the Indians. I know there are local issues in Perak which has become a main national issues. We got to be explained. So let's us have that time during this campaign period to explain and deal with it, and so that people will see that this team, as I said, is a working team, and we want to show that we are willing to deal with it.